Hello and welcome, my name is Thomas and today I am doing a review of the Comica TraxShot transformable all-in-one shotgun microphone. I was sent this guy for free for a review, however that will not bias my opinion in any way, shape, or form, so let's get nerdy. So opening this guy up, you are greeted with the actual TraxShot, which is a lot bigger than I was actually expecting it to be upon first impression. Here's my iPhone. This thing is quite large in general. This guy works on your cell phone, on your camera, and also on your computer. Looking at the cords that this guy comes with, the first one is going to say camera/camcorder, and then the next one is going to be for a smartphone. You are going to need to be careful when plugging in the smartphone because you need to make sure that the 4-pole actually goes into your cell phone itself, and then the 2-pole goes into the camcorder. Other ones, you don't have to worry about that issue as they are all 3-pole. It also comes with a ginormous earmuff for each side. You just slide it in like so. On the bottom here, you can actually feel a little bit of a hole opening, and then there you go, and you're all set. You also have your instruction booklet, and then last but not least, you have your charging cable slash USB cable, which ends in USB-C. Overall, the foam quality here is also very good, and I was very impressed with the overall presentation and carrying case for this, because that'd be easy to just throw in a bag, and then you're good to go for sound. Looking a bit closer at the TraxShot itself, as you can see, it says TraxShot mic 1 rear and mic 2 front. So you want to sit, so that way if you have it in the bi-directional one, you want to have the mic rear to be facing rear and then the front to be facing front. So be aware of that. Then right here, you can actually see like 90 degrees or 30 degrees or whatever. So that's kind of nice. Right here, you have the gain knob of how loud you want it or how quiet you want it. On the front, have your power on button. So if you power that on, it'll turn on the OLED display. You have which mode you're on, so if you click the mode button, that'll go to 30 degrees, which means you would want to spread that to 30 degrees. And then if you press it again, it would go to the 90, so you'd want to do the 90. And then if you want to do the 180, one would go backwards, one would go forward, and you would be all set that way. And you can also see the mode changing on the little tiny thing right there. So we'll go back to the front, and then if you press this button, it'll change your EQ of being completely flat through everything or taking out some of the low end so you don't have as much background noise. And then you have how loud the mic 1 and mic 2 is. Then on here, you have some of your kind of cushioning. So that way, if your camera is getting bumped or something like that, it's not going to reverberate into the microphone itself. And then you have your plastic covering case to actually slide it onto your camera itself. I'm a little bummed that this is plastic, and this is plastic, and then this entire shell is metal, and then so is all of this is metal, and then this is also feels metal. On the bottom here, you also have a small little reset button. And then on the left side of the thing, you have your charging port, which is USB-C as mentioned before, and then the out would be the thing that you plug into your camera. And then on the other side, you can plug in your headphone for real-time mic monitoring. Found the battery to last a good long time on this guy. All right, so let's actually get this put onto my camera. I'm going to grab the correct cord. This one's for a camcorder. I'm going to put the 90 degree into my mic port, which is going to be right here. And then you've got your track set, which is going to go on to the little railing right there. And then I've got the other end, which is going to go into the out portion on the microphone itself. Then I'm going to power on the microphone, and then I'm going to power on my camera, and then you're all set to go. Obviously, it's not the best for my particular camera just because it is so bulky and so large. So a few more things that I want to talk about just really quick are the buttons themselves. When you press them, they have a very nice crisp click to them, but they're not very loud, so it's not going to come across on the microphone itself. And then slider is very, very stiff and feels super solid. I'm a big fan of it, and I like how once you set it to something, it's going to continue to sit there. As you can also see, if I'm at 0, you're pretty much not picking up any sound whatsoever, where if I move it over to 10, you're picking up a whole lot of sound. I also like how responsive this actual screen is. The moment that I actually press a button, it's immediately immediate on the change, which is something that I really like. The last thing that I want to mention, these things are quite stiff as well. It's one of those that it might not come across well in the video, but these things are solid and require some force to move. This whole entire microphone feels super high quality, and I'm very, very impressed. All right, so we're at that portion of the review where we actually test the audio quality of these guys. They have 4 modes for this guy, so I'm going to test all of them. The first mode is going to be where one of the microphones is facing me and the other microphone is facing away from you. So right now I have one just facing me and the other one's facing the other way. So let's flip you around and see what that one sounds like. All right, so now I've got you kind of flipped around. Right now you're about a foot away from me as I kind of pan across my desk just so you can see stuff. Of course, we'll see Master Chief over there. The gain on this guy is pretty insane. All right, so now I've switched it so both of the microphones are facing directly towards me, and I've changed the setting on the actual mic itself. Once again, I'm probably about 1.5 feet away from you right now, so I want to see how this sounds. It's one of those, I have a feeling that the gain is a bit too much, so I might be kind of peaking, so I'm going to try to kind of lower my voice to see if that helps, because I think this microphone isn't really made for like a vlogging type of thing, but instead you're supposed to place the camera and then be very far away from it, and then that's how you get really good sound, because like I said, the gain on this guy is really, really sensitive. So we're going to move on over to 30%. Okay, so now I've got you at 30%, and I'm going to try to lower my voice on a normal talking level right now. I'm almost pretty much whispering because I'm just looking at the chart. I've got the gain set to 1 on the actual Comica, and on my camera itself I've got it like way down low as well, so the gain is a little strong on this guy, and I think because of that I'm peaking a bit too much, and it's making it so the highs come across a little too jarringly. So now I'm going to move on over to 90 degrees. Okay, now I've got this guy at 90 degrees, and once again, I'm still pretty much whispering. We're going to do one more test really quick where, like I said, I feel like I can't talk at full volume, so we're going to see. I have some other ones where I was talking at full volume, and the audio quality was just not there. It just was not good. All right, so the lighting on this part is totally different than it is inside my room, so I apologize. It's probably not going to look very good, and I'm way too lazy to actually change the camera settings on my camera for this, since this is really an audio test. Right now, I'm about 4 feet away, and I'm barely talking. Like, I'm pretty much whispering to myself. Right here, I'm talking in a normal voice, and I'm about 12 feet away, so I'm kind of interested to see what that actually sounds like. Now we're gonna, like, double this distance. Okay, so now I'm all the way across the room, and we're seeing what I'm talking in a normal voice at this point. Now I'm really whispering, like I'm actually whispering to see if it picks it up. And once again, I'm back to a normal voice to just see what it sounds like. Probably hear some noise happening above me, possibly even a TV. We'll see when I come back to the recording. And then once again, right now, I'm about 3 feet away. I'm whispering, literally whispering, to see what this sounds like, because once again, that gain is hardcore. Hello. So, you and I, as you can see, are about 8 feet apart, which is a little bit awkward for a video, because I'm like really far away, and you're like really far away, and I'm trying to have this like intimate conversation with you, and I just can't have it. My voice probably sounds pretty intimate from this point of view, but my person does not, because I'm so far away, which I think is the big problem with this microphone. It's one of those that I've had this in my camera bag, but I don't ever reach for it because I don't feel like trying to finagle it to give me the best settings possible, and I don't want to do sound tests every time I get it going. I would prefer something that's just plug and play, and this isn't plug and play. It's not simple. I think that you have to go through all the settings every single time and really put some forethought before you record, because if you don't do that, you're going to end up with scuffed footage that you're going to have to go reshoot because the audio is going to be terrible, or you're going to spend so much time in the editing process trying to salvage the audio that you do have that it's just going to drive you crazy. So it'll probably often be left in your camera bag as well. So for me, while I think it is a good product, and it does a good job for a specific niche of people, if you don't fall under that niche, it's a no-go, and I don't think you're going to enjoy it, especially because even when you do set it up correctly, I just don't think the audio quality really blows me away and is where I think where it should be at for the price. The build quality is super solid. I really like that you have all kinds of different options, and it really is a one-size-fits-all microphone in the sense of like I can record something in front and behind, or 2 people on the sides, or a group of people in this general area or this general area. So I like that it has kind of the beam forming and everything like that. It also has good mic or wind tolerance. So it's one of those, it does a lot of things good. I just think when it comes to the actual mic quality, which is the whole point of it, it's kind of a letdown and only works in a certain niche of things. So it's probably going to be a pass for me. Anyways, if you like this review, leave a like. If you didn't like this review, leave a dislike. And of course, if you've been following my content for a while, please hit that subscribe button. I will see you and your beautiful face on the next one. God bless and peace out.